What's up, BMW fans? Today I'm going to show you how to replace the rear shocks on your E90 BMW. This is my 2008 328i project car, and this thing has a really bad rattle, like a clunk. As I drive around, I can hear it coming from the rear. So I've got new shocks, new shock mounts, and when you just look at it, you can see that the shock mounts are all busted up, and it's like foam, and it's just gotten old over time, starting to get all crumbly. So it's not a terrible job. There's a nut on the top and a nut on the bottom, but I'll show you as I work. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we need to do is pull the trim out up here, this carpet, and that'll allow us to get to the nut on the top of the strut. So I think this job is actually a bit easier to pull the trim off if you just pull this middle piece out right here. So lift this up, you can get this thing out of the way. Just give it a pull. Kind of hard to do with one hand, but pull it on out. Just get your trim tool under it. Same thing in here. And it'll just come right out. So with those carpet trim pieces out of the way, look up here, we can just pull these right off, and there is the top of our struts. I've got the jack on the rear subframe here with some blocks of wood. You can jack it up from the diff. I just prefer to jack it up from the actual frame itself. So these rims were pretty well rusted on. You can see all this rust in here. A little trick I use, if you ever have a rim rust on like that, get a block of wood and a 4-pound sledge. You can see I just set it right here and just give it a couple whacks, and that'll break it loose. Another thing to note here, you can see, so I had an error for the pad wear sensors. So much for this pad wear sensor. Totally broken off. Fortunately, I've got all new brakes going on this car, so eventually, this is another video, guys. If you're interested, check it out. I will try to link in the description to the brake video, but I've got all new rotors, pads, pad wear sensors. Those will go on another day. To get the bottom of the shock off, we've got a 15mm socket, and then I've got a 15mm wrench right there, you can see on the shock. So if I just go at it from the bottom, the shock will just rotate. So we've got to hold the wrench right there and get the nut off the bottom. Well, here's the result of years of rust. So the nut was never moving, and that just broke right off. Fortunately, that means that the bottom is loose. We'll be able to get that out, and I've got new ones going in, so I don't really care about that. So up top, I've got a 16mm wrench and then a 6mm socket on my 1/4-inch ratchet. So hold the strut from rotating with the ratchet and then pull that nut off with the wrench. Here's what comes off the top with the nut. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the strut out now. If we look up here, you can see how poor condition these are in. And I'm just gonna reach in with one arm. I'm so confident that these are bad. I can pull the whole damper down, one arm. So it's coming out. And look at that, it doesn't really return at all. So these things are pretty well shot. There we go. Next up, we got to get this mount out of there. I've got new ones going in, and there is an E-Torx bolt that goes up through the bottom. So if I look under here, there it is. And that is an E12. So here's what I'm using. So here's the old and the new shocks. The new ones I got from A Premium, and I bought the mounts, new mounts and everything separate, but here's how it all goes together. The old one you can see is just in awful condition. This is all busted up. I can actually see it's crumbling apart. So if you look, this is all one. When you get the new ones, the new mounts, it's gonna come separate. These two pieces, the bump stop and this plastic shell, are separate. So you have to kind of push this into the top before you get it together. Just kind of push and twist, and then you'll get it in there like that. And so then that slides on. I got the same order of everything. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in. One last thing before I put this wheel back on this side, I'm gonna go ahead and put in new sway bar links. It's a 16mm nut on top And then it's a little hard to see, but let's see if I can come around here. Right down there, we've got a 13mm bolt. Just got the sway bar link out. Unfortunately, this is a very long bolt, so a ratcheting wrench is definitely your friend. I just had it in here like that, going at it. You can only get like a quarter turn at best on this thing, and that's a long bolt if you're going for a quarter turn at a time. This bolt's getting reused. I'm gonna clean this up with a Brillo pad, and then you can see we've got our new sway bar link going back on. These were pretty well worn. Pretty easy to move that around. The new one, nice and fresh. Can't actually move with my thumb. So, gonna get that back in, and then we'll continue on with the shock on the other side. Well, it was the same story on this side. Plenty of rust, so it just snapped off like bubble gum. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the shock out. Let's see if we can do the same thing. One hand here. Oh yeah. There we go. Just a little tip as you're getting the new shocks back in, you really need to pull them up quite a bit, because this old piece, if I set them side by side, you can see how much thicker the new one is. So you really need as much of the top of that strut as you can get. So what I do, I put a nut on the top, and then I just kind of get under it like this. Just be careful of the threads, but pry, and you can lift it up just like that. So work it like that, and then you'll be able to get the new piece on top. All right, guys, we just got the new shock in and new mounts. Got our new sway bar link in, and now let's get the wheels back on and then set it down and put the trim back in. Well, learned a lesson today. These trim pieces do not go back in as they come out. So rather than really fuss with it trying to get it back in, I took off this plastic trim piece right here. There's like 4 clips and 2 screws. It's really easy to take off. I'd rather just spend 2 minutes doing that and have this thing go in easily. Got all the trim back in. Got all the clips back in. We are done. I'm gonna clean my tools up and then we'll take it for a test drive. Well, I just got finished up and no more clunk in the back. So everything is smooth driving. Got the old shocks here. I've got a pitch. Really, overall, not too bad of a job. So if you have any questions, post them up in the comment section. Always happy to help. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.